Hi everybody. Today I want to talk to you about the most important chakra to engage if you want to successfully manifest in your life. I'm Sonia Choquette. If you are new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you, and I'm so excited you're here. I hope you enjoy this tutorial and will decide to subscribe after you've watched it. But for now, let's get on to the important subject of the day. The most important chakra, the most important energy center in your energetic field and in your body for successfully manifesting what you really want to create in your life. And that is the third chakra. The third chakra is the center of your body, right where your belly button is. So I invite you to start with me right now by taking a breath in through the nose and exhale like you're blowing out candles. And pull your belly to your spine, right around your belly button. And place both your hands, palm over palm, right there, and then breathe in again. Right there, right at that center, between your hips and your rib cage, that sphere of energy is called your third chakra. And it is the center of your willpower, your boundaries, your protection, and what nobody talks very much about, your availability to receive. So if you don't engage this chakra properly, you will not be able to have the magnetism that everyone talks about in the power of attraction, because that power to pull in and receive is centered right here in the belly. Secondly, the power to send out the message successfully, vibrationally, for what it is you actually want to create also originates here in this third chakra, because it is the center of your willpower, your will. If you're going to create something, you have to will it to be so. You have to engage your will to succeed. If someone says to you, hey, will you pick up the groceries for me on the way home today? Would you pick up some milk and butter? You can say, and you will say, if it is your intention, you will say, yes, I will. I will. My energy is available to that. I'm putting myself in a position to flow in that direction. I agree to that experience, both putting my energy out and picking that energy up and bringing it back. So without your willpower engaged, you're not going to succeed. And that's this third chakra. Think about how often you say, I will. I will what? I will do this. I will do that. I will go there. I will be involved with this. And if you really mean it, there's a lot of power in those words. A lot of people say, I'll think about it, or I'll give it a go, or I'll try. It's not vibrationally enough to succeed. And I'll try, or I hope, or I wish. There's no energy there. So say those words aloud with me. I will. And think of it and break it down into two parts. First, I. My volition, my essence, my spirit, my choice. I will. Now, will is not just agreement. It's actually throwing your energy in the direction of what it is that you're focused on. I'm going to put my energy there fully and completely, with no reservations, no withholding. That's what the I will that's involved. So when you want to manifest something, you don't say, hope I'll get it, I'll try to create it. You need to really get connected to that third chakra and decide, I will create it. I will manifest that. I will allow that to come into my experience. I will give my energy fully to that creation. Now, I have worked with people for so many years around the world, and I've been able and fortunate enough in that process to experience and observe who succeeds and who doesn't, and why. Everybody wants to succeed, but only those who really commit their will fully and 100%, and I mean not 99.99, 100%. And that comes from a decision. Decision also comes from the third chakra. I'm am willing this. I'm deciding this. I'm going for this. I'm not going to play it safe or hold back or wait and see what happens because I'm so afraid to be disappointed. None of that is involved in successful creation. This third chakra is fully committed, and your energy field of power, this is your power center. So when you say, I will, or that will happen, I will create that, your power is showing up to move that energy forward. So just say those words with me right now, I will. And think about will as power, as force. If you want to say, I'm going to try to lose weight, okay, good luck with that. But if you say, I will stop eating bread for the next 2 weeks, I will do that. I've fully decided. I'm not going to worry about anything else. I have made this choice 100%. Then you'll keep that commitment. Because will is also commitment. It's 2 feet fully in. You can't create where your will is not 2 feet fully and 100% leaning in and committed. So if you're ambivalent and you're not showing up to something, and if you say you want to create something but your energy and your will are not fully there, I would question whether it's something you really want. Rather than saying I'm a failure and I can't manifest, I would say I'm obviously focused on manifesting something that I'm not willing to allow. I'm not willing. Because if you, and then I want you to think about the things in your life you have successfully manifested. Whether it's the home you live in, whether it's the state of health you're in, whether it's the relationships you have, whether it's the satisfaction you get from work, whether it's your hairdo. I mean, there was 100% commitment to make that happen, and I want you to reflect on that. You weren't iffy about it. You were all in. That's that third chakra. You were willing to put your full energy in, and you were willing to commit, to decide, and to go for that and direct your force and your power to that end goal 100% with no energy leaks. So you really want to reflect, what am I willing to allow? What am I willing to create? What am I willing to show up for and throw my energy into without any reservation or hesitation? That's the question. If you have reservation or hesitation, then I would far more be inclined to say, it's not a true intention. You really don't want that. I find this a lot, for example, when people are saying, I want to create a new relationship. Single people who haven't been in a relationship, or people who are in one and they're not happy, but they're not really willing to go through the 100% commitment for change. Because to create something new is to change the circumstances of what is happening now. So are you willing? Is your willpower aligned with that outcome? Are you holding back in any way? If you are, just get clear. My will is not aligned with this, so I shouldn't even try. And I should try for only the things my will is fully aligned to. Now I want to talk about part B. And that is that our third chakra is our protection center. We're protecting ourselves. Why we hold our arms and cross our arms and turn away. And so what happens often is, if we are not fully willing to direct our lives, then we get pushed around. So we shut that chakra down and we become defended and reactive. It's like, don't push me, don't affect me, don't influence me, and mostly don't hurt me. That's what the bottom line is. However, in that protective stance, you also push away the ability to receive. So a lot of us are trying and focused and doing our very best, but we're not available to actually receive the energy of our intentions coming in. We're not available, we're not open to that. So this heart chakra, or not heart chakra, this willpower chakra, this center chakra, has to be opened and balanced so it both gives full commitment and is available to receive, now not everything, but you set it up and you say, I'm available to receive what matches my heart, my spirit, what matches and uplifts me, what matches my intentions. I am available. So this defended part of you, and just take a moment and check. Am I defensive? Am I protective? Am I pushing the world away? Am I suspicious to an exaggerated degree? Am I waiting to get in trouble? Am I prepared to be disappointed and I'm just locked down? Because that's all a closed third chakra. And we need to open that up. And the way to do that is really very easy. I want you to do this with me now. Open your jaw really wide. Breathe in and let out a loud sound. And pull your belly to your spine and then bounce it out. And then smile. Just feel that opening and ask yourself, do I feel and am I willing to be available to good things? Now that's a big stretch for a lot of people who have been on a closed third chakra and have been just defending themselves against one bad thing after another. I am certainly not recommending that you open up to everything, but use your will and intention to say, I will make myself receptive and available to everything that uplifts and nourishes my authentic self. Everything that's good for me. Everything, not just, sometimes we want things that aren't good for us, so we're not even going to ask for that. Everything that is good for my growth, expansion, joy, happiness, every blessing that will make my life better. That's what I'm available for. So I really encourage you to check that third chakra. If it's too open, you have no boundaries and you're just willing to be pushed around by everybody else. So we have to say, no, we don't make ourselves available to what isn't good for us. And we practice our yes and our no. Yes, I will do that. That one, okay, but we don't say, yes, I'll do that if it's not aligned with our true self. So we have an overly open chakra and we let our will be hijacked by people. Will you do this? Will you do that? If we are conditioned to be overly accommodating, our third chakra isn't working for us. It's too flabby and open and we get inundated with other people's energy. So I want you to practice saying, yes, I will. And I want you to give yourself permission to say, no, I won't. Now that can be provocative and scary if you're around people who bully you. So what you can say is, gee, I'd like to, or I'll get back to you, or I wish I could. Find some creative ways to deflect, or it's not possible today. Practice those things so that your third chakra, your protection, your boundaries are really in place. Now, you don't want to have it so boundary that you become walled off. So I will love to do that. I will do that. I will receive. I will be available. I will open up. I will it. I intend it. I commit to that. I decide that that's something I make myself available to. So this third chakra really needs to be engaged. But I'm telling you, when you start consciously engaging that chakra, and you really start owning the power of your own will, and check so that you are not faking yourself out and you're not forcing things, you're just getting clear about what's true for you. When you do that and you start using that will, yes, I will, and no, I will not, and you start putting 100% behind the things you commit to, and you make yourself available to the vibrational match of those good things coming back, and you put boundaries around what disturbs and throws you off your path, and you state, I'm not willing to deflect from my true self. I am willing to honor who I am. I am willing to say no if necessary, and say it with a smile and a lot of love. These are the things that will transform you very quickly into a manifestation success. So practice this week. Practice, but first pay attention. activate that chakra, rub your belly, breathe in and out. Recognize that's your power center. Use the words I will consciously and ask yourself, where is my will going now? Who's running my will? Am I doing what I will, or am I being hijacked by the will and overwhelm of others? So I've got to practice. Now, I have a lot more to say on this in my book, True Balance, or my online course, True Balance. So those are the two things that you can further investigate in recognizing how to use your willpower to manifest anything. Not just in what you put your energy into, but of making yourself available. Be willing to receive goodness instead of be over-defended. So I hope you like this tutorial. If you enjoyed it and you want to stay tuned to my channel for future tips and guidance in how to become very intuitive, gorgeously guided, in the flow, uplifted, manifest with ease, and just have the kind of life that's worth living, then do subscribe. I'd be so grateful, and thank you for spending this time with me today. All my love. Bye, everyone.